Good afternoon. Thank you for joining IBIE's Las Vegas Convention Center Overview webinar. My name is Ingrid Qualls, and I am IBIE's Senior Trade Show Manager. Also joining us today is Emma Barrington. Emma is our exhibitor liaison. She will assist us with moderating the Q&A at the end of this webinar. This is our second webinar in our education series designed to help you be successful at IBIE. All webinars will be recorded and posted to our IBIE website at bakingexpo.com so that you can reference them at a later time. Hi, this is Ingrid Qualls, and again, the moderator today is going to be Emma Barrington. A few housekeeping notes. Before we get started, let's take a moment to familiarize you guys with the GoToWebinar dashboard. On this slide, it shows a list of available widgets over here. I would like to remind everyone that all attendees are muted, and if you have any questions during the presentation, please feel free to type them in this questions box here on my screen where I'm circling. Any troubleshooting comments can be shared in the chat widget, which is a little further below, if you're having any technical difficulties there. Today, we're going to review the Las Vegas Convention Center, the campus map. We're going to review the IBIE exhibit halls. We're going to review show features. And then at the end, we'll have Q&A. Okay, so this is the Las Vegas Convention Center campus map, and this is all of Las Vegas Convention Center. So for IBIE, we will be in the West Hall, circled here, and the North Halls here. There is the bridge, the Paradise Bridge, connects the West and the North Hall. So our attendees will go from west to north and north to west within the Las Vegas Convention Center campus map. To get to the North Hall and back and forth to the West Hall, again, you will use the Paradise Road bridge, and slide a little further down, I'll go into full detail inside of the building how attendees and exhibitors will utilize the space within LVCC. This is the North Hall. So for IBIE 2025, we're super excited about our floor plans and the show features that we have going on. So I'm going to take a little time and talk through some of the items. That's what's going on. So one, I want to identify first the entrances into North Hall. So this is in 1, this is in 3, and then this is in 4. So these are our entrances into the North Hall. I have a little Starbucks reminder over here for orientation for some exhibitors that have exhibited with us before. This is kind of like where the Starbucks area is. Then we will also have registration new for 2025 in the North Hall. So registration will be over here in this area in the North Hall. And then we also have taxis on the outside. Same location as before, and this down here, even though there's the logos here, this is the silver lot where attendees and exhibitors can park. And then we will also have shuttle buses for the North Hall as well for 2025. There is some construction going on at the Las Vegas Convention Center. And one of the areas that has changed for IBIE 2025, which our North exhibitors are really going to be super excited about, is this set of escalators right here was turned like 90 degrees, which means that leading up to level 2, walking over where I just showed you the Paradise Bridge, the Paradise Street Bridge. So exhibitors can walk across the bridge and go down into the West Hall from here. So there's a nice shorter cut here for attendees and exhibitors to leave the North Hall and go to West, and then vice versa, West to North. Over here, we have the Retail Bakers of America's booth here. And then we have the RBA's Baker Center. So the RBA's Baker Center will have cake decorating, baking and pastry. We also have like the presentation stage, the celebrity stage, live demonstrations from some of the biggest names in the industry. So that's the RBA's Baker Center. And then new this year for 2025, we have a coffee cafe where exhibitors will come prepared to brew and provide coffee to attendees throughout the show. So that's exciting that we have there. We also have, I want to make note, these red lines here are the no cross aisles. The red are 20 feet aisles, so those are no cross. The green highlights on this floor plan are the low ceiling areas. So exhibitors within this space will also reach out to you a little bit later regarding like any hanging restrictions for your hanging signs or anything like that. So that green area is low ceiling height. And then these highlighted yellow booths here are called last in, first out. And what that means is they're close to the freight doors back here, and over here on this side means that if you're assigned to one of these booths, that Freeman, our general service contractor, will set up your booth last because it is close to the freight elevator or freight doors. And then you would have to be one of the first ones to pack up your booth and be out once the show closes. That's the North Hall. I'll go into the West Hall. So the West Hall, same here. The red lines are 20 feet, no cross aisles. The blue aisles here are 10 feet, but there's still no cross aisles. The dock doors are here in the back for the West Hall. So I'll start from left to right here. These are the entrances to the West Hall. We have 4 here. So this would be considered like W1, W2, W3, and W4. These are the entrances into the West Hall. So what we have over here, new for 2025, we have the snack food pavilion and the pet food pavilion. So this is snack on this side, it's pet on this side, and in the middle, we have the wholesale baker center. So, excuse me, sorry about that. The wholesale baker center, which is new for IBIE 25, will explore in-depth discussions led by expert speakers covering, vital topics such as sustainability, workforce development, operational efficiencies, and many, many more topics in the Wholesale Baker Center. While we won't have the cannabis pavilion like we did last show cycle, we will also have some education included in the Wholesale Baker Center here. Over here, we have the International Trade Center in the middle here. And then we also have right attached to it is the Great American Pie Festival. in these two locations. And then we have to the right here, Artisan Village. And then again, we had Artisan Village in 2022 as well. It's going to be interactive, innovation hub offering, exceptional learning opportunities, some competitions. Also inside of the Artisan Village, we'll have the World Bread Awards judging as well. So lots of great activities going on in the Artisan Village as well. And then we have Dunkin' Donuts in the West Building. I showed you all in the North, we have Starbucks, but then this is the West Hall food court area here, where exhibitors can go here for snacks and food there. And what I mentioned earlier regarding the escalator to the bridge to North Hall, this right here is a set of escalators. So when exhibitors, attendees come from the North Halls, they'll walk across here, and also they could, this entrance over here, this access to the North Hall, this door has been here for 22, but for 25, we are going to allow attendees and exhibitors to use this access to go from the West Hall to the North Hall and then north back to west. And what I mean by that is last show cycle, we had attendees and exhibitors walk on the second floor from the North Hall. They would come up those set of escalators. They would walk across this bridge on level 2, and then they would come down this set of escalators right here, and then they would go into West 1, 2, 3, or 4 entrance. So now what we are allowing are our attendees and exhibitors to, instead of walking when they go to level 2 across Paradise Road, there's a set of escalators where exhibitors and attendees can come down into the exhibit hall and not have to walk across on level 2 to come down this set of escalators. They literally can come across the Paradise Bridge and they can come into the exhibit hall from here. And then we have the ABA and BIMA booth out here as well. We will have shuttle buses also in the West Halls. We have additional features on our IBIE website at bakingexpo.com regarding show features. If you have any questions, exhibitors, regarding your booth design, where your floor ports are, where electrical is coming from, definitely reach out to us at exhibits@bakingexpo.com, and we can work with Freeman to get to scale drawings. So for example, if you have a column next to your booth, or you want to make sure that, your piece of machinery, the electrical is going to be in the right location based on your floor plan design, you can always reach out to us and we'll work with Freeman with you to get a to scale drawing of like any column dimensions or anything like that that you may need for your booth design as you guys are starting to work through what your booth will look like for IBIE 2025. Just as a reminder, June of next year, our floor plan designs will be due to IBIE show management team. So internally, you can start jumping conversations of what your booth designs will look like before they're submitted to IBIE for review and approval. And then I think that's all that I have for here in my notes. I am going to go to any questions that you all may have, and I'll give you some time to click on the questions button on the GoToWebinar, and then Emma will help facilitate. So Emma will give people a few minutes to type out any questions that they may have, and then we can review them together.
Sounds good. Let me know when you're ready.
I am ready if you have any questions that are coming through.
Yes, so I have one. Someone is asking, can you show where the building entrances are for each hall, like the entrance from the street?
Oh, yes. So, for example, this is the West building, and outside of these are doors right here. This is the lobby space in West, and this is the huge spectacular is what they call it, the video screen in between BIMA and ABA booth. These are the doors, and this is outside. So this is where the taxi drop-off, Uber, or not Uber, taxi drop-offs are here. So these are the doors to outside in West. And then in North, these are the doors. It's going to be a door over here, and then there's going to be a door over here for entrance into the North. And then this is the taxi drop-off area here. Next question.
Someone said, can you expand a little on what is in the snack food and pet food pavilions?
Yes, these exhibitors are specifically for snack food and then pet food. So that is their main product that they are displaying within the space. So if they had another product, they couldn't be within this pavilion and displaying those particular products. They only can display any snack food or pet food within this particular pavilions.
Someone asked, is there a link to photos of the halls?
A link. The North Hall, it's still like under construction. I can see if I could post something. So this is being recorded, and we will post to the Baking Expo webpage. Let me find out anything that I can post, you know, visually, like if it's an image of the lobby or something like that. I may not have a video, but maybe I can post an image of what the North Lobby space, like this construction space, would look like. I think that's what they're asking.
Perfect. Our next question is, what was the green text on the West Hall floor plan?
In the West Hall, oh, that's the ceiling height, like right here. This is max ceiling height, which is 42 feet in the West Hall. And this low ceiling here does not impact exhibitors booth because there's a 20-foot aisle. So once you walk into the exhibit hall, there's a 20-foot aisle, and from that 20-foot aisle back, everything is 42 feet. So exhibitors in the West Hall really don't have to worry or be concerned about height restrictions because it goes up to like 42 feet.
Got it. Another question for clarification, the Innovation Hub is located in the Artisan Village.
The Innovation Showcase Gallery. So the innovation, I believe they're talking about the Innovation Showcase Gallery, and we have not defined where that's going to be in 2025 yet.
Okay.
And if the person who asked, if you can type the question if it's not the Innovation Showcase, I just want to make sure that the terminology is correct. I believe that they were asking about the Innovation Showcase.
Okay. Please share the parking options for West Hall access.
Parking options will be at this diamond lot over here, very similar to 22. So this is West 4. So remember entrance 1, 2, 3, 4. Right outside of 4 is this diamond lot, and exhibitors can park there.
Sorry, let me scroll up really quickly. Can you share where registration and badge pickup will be?
Yes. So in West Hall, since I have West Hall here, it's going to be in the same location as 22, which is literally, this is level 1, the main lobby where the BEMA and ABA booth will be. So right on level 2, so you would go up the set of escalators right here on either side, really. And registration will be in the meeting room literally on level 2 above this food court here. And then in North, registration is going to be somewhere in this space as of right now in the North halls.
Got it. Is there only one set of doors that will be open to each hall?
No, all of them will be open. So there's an entrance here for North, there's an entrance here, there's an entrance here. And then for West, W1, W2, W3, W4 will all be open.
Someone is saying that they have been trying to make a hotel reservation for the January briefing. They get an acknowledgement number, but not a confirmation from the hotel. Please advise, who can I call?
Ask them to email us at exhibits@bakingexpo.com, and then we will work with them directly on making sure they have hotel reservations.
Will the LVCC loop be running during the show?
Yes, it will. And we don't have a confirmed schedule right now, but absolutely.
For the West Hall, will the street doors facing the parking lot be unlocked?
Will the street doors facing the parking lots be unlocked? I believe they're talking about this over here to that diamond lot. And yes, they will be, because this is full access to our show. And yes, these doors will be unlocked. I think what they're trying to ask is, what was happening was exhibitors were trying to move in here, like bring their product in here. So if that person who inquired about the question, yes, these doors, we will definitely have security over here as well, because what we didn't want is exhibitors to park in this lot and try to move their product into the show this way. There is a personal owned vehicle process and procedure that they have to go through Freeman into the marshalling yard to bring their product in. So I believe what they're trying to say is, can they have access here to bring product in? And no, you cannot, but these doors will be open for exhibitors to come in. You're just not able to bring freight through the doors.
Our next question is, will there also be a Uber pickup and drop off area at the West Hall?
Yes, and they have, right now, I believe it's like over here and over here. So shuttle buses, even though I have it horizontal, it really is technically like slightly vertical over here. I just, because of the slide, I did it that way, but this will be the shuttle buses over here, very similar to, and then Uber and Lyft will be within this space over here at LVCC West.
Perfect. Will exhibitors be allowed to enter the West Hall through entrances 2 or 3 while setting up?
Oh yeah, yes, I'll have security guards at each door. Yes. Well, wait, it depends on which days. So it's going to rotate. So day 1 is probably just going to be this one. Day 2, it kind of fluctuates based on the number of exhibitors coming in, based on that targeted move in. So it'll open up across the board depending on the day. The first day will probably just be this one. And then maybe day 2, day 3, it'll be 2. It depends.
Is parking free for exhibitors, and if so, which lots are free?
No, it isn't free, and I believe it's $14 from LVCC. It used to be $10. I'll confirm them. I just kind of keep note of who's asking. I believe it's $14 for 2025 for us for IBIE. But I'll confirm 100%. I think it's $14 or $15.
Got it. Somebody also commented back about videos of the halls would be great. And
Videos of the halls?
Yes, I think it's referring back to the question about
the north
building
halls
entrances. And our very first
Say
question.
That one more time, Emma.
Our very first question.
Oh, about the entrances.
Yeah. Yes. So she was just commenting back and saying that the videos would be helpful.
The entrances have changed. The location, let me just make myself clear. The location of the entrances have not changed. The look of the entrances have changed. So I will find out if I can get a video, and worst case scenario, maybe I can get a static photo of that north lobby, which I've written myself a note to see if I can include with this recording an image of what that north lobby space would look like.
Sounds good. Someone also just sent in a comment saying that there are videos online on the LVCC website.
Oh, they do have some online? Okay.
Yes.
Yep. And I'll reference that then when we post this recording.
Sounds good. Someone is asking where we can hire the electrical or water for our booths.
That's through Freeman, who is our general service contractor, and you can log into your Exhibitor Resource Center, and there's a widget in there called Exhibitor Services Manual, and you can submit your order for electrical through the Freeman portal.
Could you explain
and
the
any
coffee
other
cafe?
utility as well, sorry.
No, you're good. Could you explain the coffee cafe area? Are certain exhibitors signing up to provide that, or is it a sponsorship opportunity?
It's a sponsorship opportunity. And so if you're interested, we can definitely, if the exhibitor is interested in the sponsorship, we can have Nicole or Lindsay reach out to them as well. Or they can email us at exhibits@bakingexpo.com and let us know that they're interested in being a sponsor in the coffee cafe to see if any spots are available.
Is the West Hall map turned 90 degrees counterclockwise from the north?
Yes. And so street-wise, so we show, IBIE, we show the actual building as horizontal, but if we're looking at street orientation, it would be on an angle. So whoever is asking, yes, that is correct. So for IBIE, we thought it would be easier to explain because we're in North and West Hall. We thought it'll be easier to explain how to our attendees and exhibitors would access North and West versus it being, vertical the way that it's designed on the street or built on the street, I should say.
If you make equipment for pet food and snack food, can you display in those pavilions, or are these pavilions featuring snack and pet food producers, not equipment providers?
They can reach out to Nicole and Lindsay, our sales team. I don't see that, if it's related to snack foods or pet food, maybe they can just reach out to Nicole and or Lindsay to get clarification.
Perfect. Will there also be an Uber pickup and drop off area at the West Hall?
Yes, and that's what I just explained. So the person who was asking about these doors over here, the diamond lots, and then Uber and Lyft over here, and then shuttle buses. If you can see my cursor here at the bottom of the screen, shuttle buses will be like over here, and then Uber and Lyft. They have Uber, Lyft, and the Tesla all within this space over here, and the parking lot. So this little square here will be shuttle buses, Uber, Lyft, and the Tesla loop, all within this space. and the parking lot.
Are hand-carried items still allowed to be brought in by exhibitors?
Yes, as long as there's no dolly, there's no wheels. When they say hand carry, it means hand carry, literally. So at some exhibitors, that's why we have security over here. So it's what the exhibitors were doing, where they were parking over here and they would try to come in with dollies and rollers and all of that, trying to bring their freight in. And as I mentioned before, that's not allowed, but you can. If you physically have an item in your hand, if you're parking in this diamond lot, yes, you can physically walk through these doors to your booth. If you have any wheel of any sort, you're not going to be able to come into this entrance and bring your freight in if you have any wheels or dollies or flatbeds or anything like that. You would have to go through the private owned vehicle process and procedures. And that goes for West and North halls.
Okay. For the West Hall, where are the Freeman freight desks located?
It's probably going to be somewhere over here where it was last show cycle. If you can see where I'm circling at over here. This was where the Freeman service desk over here was. Okay.
Are there any freezer or fridge storage space for exhibitors to use, or would they need to provide their own and request 24-hour power? If there is provided space, are there any specific hours to access them, and can exhibitors access them or only Freeman?
Freeman. So that's all of Freeman process. And yes, they will be available. And they would go to the Freeman service desk and they would put their orders in regarding the 24-hour power. You definitely want to request that if that's what you're going to have. Like, so you're going to display some fancy chocolates in a display case. You want to make sure that you have 24-hour power for that, so that once the show closes down, I think 30 minutes after the show closes at night, generally speaking, power goes off, not unless you order 24-hour power. And you can do that through Freeman as well as storage. There are forms and requests from Freeman that you can also do. They're available now through the Exhibitor Services Manual as well. You can start ordering the availability and then your schedule. So for example, you're doing a presentation and you need something out of storage, at 11 a.m. or something like that, you can schedule your appropriate times with Freeman to bring out your items. But exhibitors cannot go in on their own.
Okay. How do we access the Freeman portal?
The Freeman what?
Portal. I'm assuming that they're asking about ordering for power and all your.
Oh, the exhibitor service, the Exhibitor Resources Center. If all exhibitors have access to the Exhibitor Resources Center, and if you don't have access, email us at the exhibits@bakingexpo.com and we can give you your access to the Exhibitor Resource Center. And that's where you would order. There's like a different ton of widgets within the Exhibitor Resource Center. So make sure you email us so you can have full access. We will post literally everything that exhibitors need to know or reference in our Exhibitor Resource Center. So make sure you email us so we can get you full access to that.
Where will the shuttle buses be running from? I assume they're asking from
the hotels. We don't have those available yet, I don't believe, but continue to check our website at bakingexpo.com for the shuttle routes.
The last one I have right now is asking about parking. Is the paid parking good for the day to come and go, or is it $14 or $15 per every time you enter the lot?
I will respond back to you, that person directly from Exhibits at, and then we'll confirm 100%, because I know that there's some new rules with the price increase from LVCC. So we will circle back with you just to make sure we're 100% accurate on that response.
Okay. I did just get one more come in. It says, can we have more than one person and the company have access to the portal for expo information?
Yes, actually you can. I'm glad someone asked that, and thank you for reminding me of that. Yes, you can. So whoever the primary contact person is, there is an option to add a user to have access to the portal, but we can't do it. Whoever the primary person is would have to give their person or individual full access to that exhibitor resource center. So yes, we definitely have instructions on how to do that.
Sounds good. Those are all the questions.
This was great. I love all of the questions. And again, thank you all for joining our webinar. And I have one last reminder. We have our in-person Las Vegas Exhibitor Summit in January in Las Vegas. And we will have our exhibitors join us there. We'll have a host of educational sessions, information, helping exhibitors do return on their investment, any marketing opportunities. We'll have Freeman there on peak. So there's going to be a ton of in-person resources available for you all. So we would love to see you in Las Vegas in January. Again, you can access your Exhibitor Resource Center to register, excuse me, for our in-person seminar, or summit, I should say. Again, thank you. And if you guys have any questions, you can email us at exhibits@bakingexpo.com, and then we will put this recording of the webinar on our website, and I will find a photo and also link the video for the construction layout with this webinar. And again, thank you guys for your patience. Thank you guys for joining us. We really are excited about IBIE 25. And again, just as a reminder, there are a lot of spammers out here. Please, 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 if you get an email and if your gut says it's not something that you should click on or check, always, always go to bakingexpo.com for any questions that you may have, so that the spammers are not sending you and you're clicking on an email to get spam. Always go to bakingexpo.com for any resources or questions that you guys have. And you guys have a great rest of your afternoon. And we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.